It is a rainy day, and what else would I design today other than posters? It's also fitting that it's rainy and dreary and sad because I also had this cup of water earlier and about 20 minutes ago. Well, I filled it up again, but 20 minutes ago I dropped it all over here and on my socks. I had to take my socks off. That's not fun. But anyway, I had designed these 3 posters a couple months ago for my for my setup. They were cool at the time, but now I hate them. I don't know at all what I am gonna do. You just turn the camera on and go. I've been using Pinterest a lot. I'm not gonna do that today. I'm gonna use Behance, maybe. Do I need to, why do I, okay. Graphic design, fine arts, why not? Advertising, motion. I do like motion. I do a fair bit of motion. Not intense motion, but some motion. I go through the motion. Photography, I do like that. Fashion, sure. Let's do this. Is Behance owned by Adobe? I didn't even know that. That's crazy. Okay. Oh, now I can search stuff. That's cool. So I'm just gonna look up posters. Oh, that's dope. Right off the bat. Well, it seems like Behance has given me some pretty cool stuff right off the bat. This is also very, very cool. Not too terribly difficult to achieve. So I definitely am going in the poster set kind of thing where, you know, all 3 are the same-ish using the, ooh, this is very, very sick. I am going to, how do I save? Oh, my create mood board. Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna add that to that mood board. These are cool, but they're a little simple and I feel like I would create them too quickly. Let's save this to yeah. I'm gonna do that. Yeah club. Look at that. They already know. Ooh, there's a Kiki's delivery service poster. Very, very cool. Drew, come check this out. I guess somebody just made this Kiki's delivery service poster. Oh, wow. We have with like screenshots and that's really, really cool. Yeah. Thank you, Drew. Yay. Thank you, Drew. Okay. Oh, I've messed myself up. Okay, here we go. I also love this. Like, some different photo-based things and some mixed font little joint. Yeah. It's hard sometimes because I can, ooh, I like this a lot. Just some, oh my goodness, it's a whole discovery of things. Going to save that to my yeah board. Some cool car stuff to add that here. Bubble stuff is cool. This kind of blurred type thing is cool. Just looking for stuff that I can realistically, essentially replicate 3 times. This is really, really wild. Very cool. This is very church graphics-esque. Did a lot of stuff with this at my previous job. Absolutely. A lot of stuff like that too. Ooh, very, very cool. Oh, and it's got like a GIF too. I dig this vibe. I like this a lot. And it also reminds me of spring, which is kind of what I'm trying to design these for. I am going to save this. Yeah. Oh, poster series. Not my favorite, still cool. I like this a lot. This is very, very cool. Yep, totally doable. Ooh, I like this blurring is really, really cool. Do something similar to this, but with like flowers or like foliage or something to represent spring. So nope, I don't want to share that. I'm going to save this to my, yeah. Now how do I see what I've saved? Mood boards. Okay, that was kind of difficult to find. I would definitely put that as a tab or something. So out of all of these things, I think I'm digging this the most. Oh, there's even more to this. I didn't even know that. Very, very cool picture. Definitely the vibe for sure. There are just some really, really talented people in the world. I like these color schemes a lot. Yeah, I might just screenshot these colors just to have, because I like that a lot. Ooh, very, very cool. Got some doodle stuff. Maybe we can vectorize some drawings or something. Oof. Okay, we can get down the rabbit hole pretty deep here, so I think we just need to start. I need to stop looking at references and actually start my project. That might be helpful. I like the look of these, the colors in these 3 posters. These look very spring to me. I might try to incorporate mostly those colors. So let's get started. Yeah. If I hit W, I can see on and off my artboard right there. So I'm gonna just put this to the side so I can have my colors. And I'm gonna do this blue one first, I think. Blue, yeah, blue. And I like the idea of stretching some text for this. I like stretch text. It's not some people's favorite, but I very, very much enjoy it. I am going to see what it looks like if I stretch this font right here, Brickledge Grotesque, make that bold and close the letter spacing maybe a little bit more. And let's make it this nice off-white color. I could say like spring, maybe. I want to make this slightly just a little brighter because I think probably in reality, I mean, it's got a texture on it. So in reality, it's probably a bit brighter than that. And I'm just going to size this up and make it, stretch it so it's almost the length of the entire poster. Whoa, that is getting wild. Pretty cool. I like the way that the little ink trap in the R looks when it's stretched out like that. I might make this slightly shorter. I'm kind of having to eyeball this. This side needs to come down a little bit. Okay, nice. Let's add some more text. Go for like a fun, wonky kind of font maybe. That's fun. If we can find something that's maybe like outlined, that would be cool. Ooh, I like this Heading West font a lot. That's also a very cool font. No, that's cool. Looking for something pretty gooby, you know, gooby. But also, if I take, let's say I take this Dynapuff font and I type in like spring, I'm going to up the weight on this, probably make it semi-bold, or what does bold look like? Yeah, it's nice. Close the letter spacing on that guy, maybe a little bit more, size it up, somewhere right there-ish. And what I can do is if I make this that color and then make an outline, I'm going to try this first, and if it doesn't work, I'm going to try something else. Make the outline this color. Can also try to incorporate this green color, is pretty cool. Just play around with some different ideas. I can make that this or that, so it's like a cutout. I could also stretch this guy. We're just gonna experiment. We're gonna try some stuff. If I take away, so that's a cool effect there, I think. If I try it with I like this a lot, I think, and I kind of want to like do the opposite up here. So if I like put this right here and then drag this guy down. Okay, just not sure that I love it. I feel like the stroke is throwing me off a little bit, but I could make it black. I do like that a lot. What if I add a black stroke to this one as well? Ooh, that's already kind of cool. Remember that setting. Very, very interesting. Now, if I change the angle on this, and if I can get really, really wonky with some stuff, change the angle back down to 90 degrees. If we go sideways, that just just like a load of mess. What was it originally? Was it black? Yeah, I liked the look of something like this. Definitely not full shadow. Okay, yeah. I think that helps a lot, having that outline on the top. What is the outline for this? 5? So we can match that here. Yeah, that is really, really cool. Kind of nice and retro. I want to do something with this wonky, kind of hand-drawn font, maybe. But I also want to see if there's another cool, because I had never seen, I think it must have been recently uploaded because I've never even seen that. Dudka, Dune Rise, Gluten is a good looking font too. I saw this and really did like this a ton. So what if we do something like Spring Has Sprung, play with the color a little bit. I don't know if I like that better or this better or this better or that better. Also try it in this other font, see if I like it. Okay, well that didn't work. Okay, yeah, it did. Oh, let's close the spacing on this like a ton. I just want to put this somewhere random just for fun. Something like that is fun and cool. Now I'm almost wondering if I should make some like super clean type up here. I'm gonna get some text on spring. So I've got some completely random nonsense text here, and I'm gonna make that all caps maybe, and close that spacing, maybe even more. Just get a little text blurb up here. Now we are just experimenting at this point because I have no idea what I'm doing. It makes it like completely unreadable, but I don't even think I'm going for readability. Could also switch. That is actually really, really cool. I like that a lot. Switch these colors up. Try putting it somewhere like that. I wonder if these would look better if it was here. I definitely like it more on the bottom. If I make both of these black, almost kind of like filling the space of like what a barcode would be almost. I'm gonna try something. Oh, that's weird. Stretch text, man. It's good for you. Oh, I like that a lot. I think if I take this off, it just doesn't carry the same weight. Maybe if I make it black and then give it a slight stroke, it creates the same effect without being total nonsense. Just absolute buffoonery. I don't want it to take up too much like weight to the eye. Looks a little too droopy. Something like that might look cool. And now I want to do like a script font, like a very, very like fancy looking, kind of fancy feeling kind of thing. Herr von Muellerhoff, I think. Put something like this up here. I definitely am liking that less. I don't even know if I like that. See, something like this is cool. It's filling the space pretty well. Now, if I just add, that's pretty dope. That is pretty cool. It's nonsense, but it looks very, very cool. Fills the space really, really well. If I make this the green color, I like the black better. I wonder if I make it big enough to where it like reaches the inside right there. That's pretty cool. And it looks intentional too, which I think was the point. I don't know if I want to add something to the left and right of this or not. Something like that also looks super, super cool. And I might bring this down a touch. Yeah, I think I'm happy with that. Poster number 1. Yay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Poster number 2, and I need to turn the burners on for sure. I need to go. All right, so I like this green color. I wonder if it's any different from, it is slightly different. Maybe I should keep the same color though. Hold on, let me grab this green from this, and oh yeah, it's definitely a lot darker. But if I do something with pink, it'll definitely make it stick out even more, so that's a good thing. So I'm gonna do something with this like kind of spread out type-ish kind of thing. I'm looking for something really, really weird. I could use this font that I didn't use on the other design. That might be cool. I am not knowing if that will actually print or not, but we can check that in. Okay, so let's do one letter at a time, kind of spaced out. I actually like this one a lot, so I'm gonna do that. And there was this photo that I found earlier that was, yeah, this one is absolutely sick. I'm gonna crop that to about right here-ish, maybe. I want it to take up less of the poster. Something like that is super cool. Now if I take a shape, do something like this with the color, put it behind, and then play with the blending modes. Yeah, that's actually pretty cool. Overlay's too much, soft light's not enough, color burn's too intense. I wonder if I also took this and vectorized it. Pretty cool. I am going to take this, make it look like something like that. And then I can make this background this color, or if I made it this, it's pretty intense and cool. Now if I add a border to this, just slight, like what's my border weight over here? 5. If I add that over here too, that's way too thick though. Let's try 3. And then scale this so that it meets the edges there. Got to scale up here too. Yeah, and then we can just bring this over to meet that, make sure it's kind of encased in that. Group that, center it. I'm gonna do some clean type mixed with some non-clean type maybe. Could do this bricolage grotesque again. Same thing, close that line spacing up a bunch. Make this a bunch heavier. Bold, almost not enough, extra bold. Yeah, so something like that looks definitive. Because if I put it like this, it looks like a mistake. Like there's all this weird space, but if I put it right here, it looks like I meant to put it right there. And I did. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm gonna do something weird. Weird. I'm gonna just cover this up right here. But let's go for some sort of abstract looking kind of gooby looking thing. Or I could go for like a star. Yeah, something like that is cool. And then if we add the border weight to it, yeah, that's pretty sick. With the trim on, that is very, very cool. Now, I wonder if I make this that green color. I don't super love that. I want to make sure that it kind of matches. So if I like screenshot this and bring it over here so that I can see them next to each other, that would be helpful to get it kind of a sense of what they would look like next to each other. See, I don't hate that at all. I think that looks great. Make sure these are the same color. See, it was a little bit brighter, so that's good. If this is, get that actual hex code. Because screenshots, they just like desaturate and to get different colors. See this, you can see what the old one was and what the new one is. So I'm gonna make that this color and then that, the new brighter color as well. I do like the season in between winter and summer. And I like the idea of actually just putting this behind. If I make this or on top, it's pretty cool. Just get stuff to kind of like fall on top of each other is pretty cool. I'm gonna take my bloom text and put it over here. I actually like that a lot, but maybe a bit smaller and like in the corner. Something like that looks cool. Make it even smaller. Yeah, that looks nice. Okay, that looks absolutely sick. Again, I'm not going for readability here really, but if I size this down, maybe more like palatable. See, like as you're sizing this down on top, you're looking at all of these weird little gap spaces and trying to, like, none of them look good, but you're trying to figure out the one that looks the least bad. And I honestly might not care that much, but I could take this and then put a stroke around that. See, it's funny because even that looks cool. Do something like this. Failed experiment. bad. Backtrack. But something like that does not look bad. See, that's what's confusing. So then I would have to get rid of this and maybe that. Put it somewhere else. Just take the border weight off, make it smaller, put it right there. Now if I add a border weight to this though, see that helps with the readability, I think. But I want to make sure that the border weight is matching on both of these. This is 2 and then this is 5. So that's a lot different. So something like that looks pretty cool. May need to up it just a little bit. So like what does 3 look like? Okay, 4. Select these, move that down. And then if I change this border weight to 4, it doesn't look too clunky. I was afraid it was going to look clunky, but you can very obviously read spring and time to bloom if you look at it for long enough, which is kind of the point. I do like putting that text under there like this, and now it's looking like super blocky. I don't know if I love this. I'm just going to move this away for right now. This away. I'm fine with that. I could also rotate it and put it like here. That feels better, I think. Not that big. Yeah, something like that looks good. Now I need to add some more. I want some more fancy text, and I'm going to take the weight of that off, and then March 19th through June 20th. June 20, text size of that needs to be a lot smaller, maybe something like that, even more small, 70. Yeah, make that black. There's only one weight of this, so I need to do my little, turn the offset and the angle off, and then just add a little stroke to it. Yep, like that. I'm going to add a line here, and then so I can kind of create some separation. But if I have this be this color, then I can have it create like a little gap there. But I don't know if I need it. I think it's fine going over top. Now I just need, let's do, yeah, size this down. I like that. Group those, copy it, turn it upside down. Do something like this. It's kind of fun. Maybe group that, make sure that's centered up. Kind of wonky and cool and fun and nice. Now I need something to fill this bottom here. I might just this, make it black, and then distort it. Haha, yeah, that's something. If I make it bold, what does it look like if I actually bring the whole thing up? Yeah, I do like that. I mean, it's just total nonsense, but it's cool. Can use this line as my guide if I add my little, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's absolute just total nonsense, but it's very, very cool and interesting to look at. And I think that's the point. So I think if I put these here, get another one of these boxes, add this border weight, what was it, 3? No, 4? But that's not something like that. No, I don't like that. If I just size this up, and then I can take this, move it right there. What if I invert these colors? And then I add a little, yeah, no. But is that too, like, much? But I could try this color too. It's between this and this. See, I like the pink, but the black feels like it carries more weight to the bottom and like evens things out. So total nonsense, looks super cool. Let's go with it. Same video, different day. So for this last one, I actually had to leave. So I ended up doing this one at Starbucks, but I did screen record it. I did do that. And so I'm going to essentially tell you guys what the thought process was here. So this is almost going to be like watching a movie of something that I did, and we're going to react to it essentially. So for this middle poster here, it looks like I'm trying to use green, and then I decided that I did not like green, so I used pink. I am still using Bricolage Grotesque for this, and I'm using that same saying that Drew came up with that was so beautiful, which is used to describe spring, which is the season in between winter and summer. Brilliant. Very, very good. So I like this pink and red combination because it's very vibrant and reminds me of spring. And so I'm actually starting to see something take shape. So this is funny. So I wanted to do like a drawn flower element, but I didn't have my iPad with me. So I got my phone out and I screen recorded it, so I have proof. So I just took a picture face down on the Starbucks table, so it was just black, and then I went in and drew a flower and then put that into Kittl and vectorized it so that I could have a flower. So there's my flower. I'm adjusting the colors here, and I decided that I liked this drop shadow look, and wanted to see what it looks like on all the other elements in this poster, and really loved it. And so I'm just spacing all of these out to make sure that they look the same. For that part, at the end, I actually ended up going back to the first poster and inverting the colors of the script text so that the text color is white and then the drop shadow and the stroke around the text is black. I just felt like it carried a lot more weight and looked a lot better. So now that that's over with, let's look at these posters together, mocked up with none other than some lovely freeform jazz. If you've watched to this point, I super appreciate it. Drew appreciates it. Everybody at Kittl here appreciates it. Thanks for coming along on this journey to create some new posters. I'm planning to order these and get them printed. And a future video coming up will have some different posters behind me, so that'll be fun. Like, comment, and subscribe so that you don't miss any more design content like this. Send this to a friend, somebody that might like just something to run in the background while they're working, or watch somebody else design for a change. If you haven't tried Kittl, we have a promo code for you in the description of this video. All of that about does it, and we will see you in the next one.